So I heard, I wanted to be the one to tell you. And I don't know what that means, but we're going to find out, okay? I heard, I wanted to be the one to tell you. I wanted you to hear it from me. That's what it was. I wanted you to hear it from me. And so I feel like you're going to be receiving some sort of message. And you could have a person on the other side, maybe someone who's passed, who's like, I wanted to be able to, I wish I could be there to give you this message directly, but like I can't, so this is the best that I can do. This is the best that I can do. And so maybe it's the reading that we're about to do is your loved one coming through to be like, listen up and listen good, okay? Starting off really strong with death on the bottom, some Scorpio energy, but death, transformation, okay? Transformation, something is ending, but remember that with the death card, it's not necessarily an ending in a negative way as much as it is an ending of something that no longer works for you to allow something that is aligned to you to come in, to not have the resistance in the way of that. So it's almost like the death card is to remove that resistance, whether it's coming straight from you or maybe spirit's like, you know what, they weren't going to do it unless we did it. You know what I'm saying? And under that also, the Hanged Man in reverse. So this, if you guys have been in like a hermit mode, like I'm really feeling this sensation like you guys have been in this quiet space. That's what it's feeling like to me. It's almost like I'm getting that vibe of, like the sensory deprivation chambers or whatever, or like the float tanks or like whatever those, like that type of vibe. Like I feel like you've been in this space, and it could just be energetically, or you could have literally been in some place where you're like, no distractions, no nothing, no people, no whatever, you know what I mean? Like no drama. But I feel like spirit's like, hey, or maybe your loved one is like, hey, we're about to come in, or like spirit's about to give you something and you're gonna have to run with it. That's what it feels like to me. It's like you think right now that you're like, where is it? Like you think you're waiting on something, but really what I'm hearing is like the universe is like making moves for you. You don't have to do anything. You're just cruising on by. 222. You're just cruising on by. You don't have to do nothing. Spirit's like, I'm gonna help you do it. I'm already doing it. Just chill. Just breathe. Cruise control, babe. Cruise control, okay? So I feel like Spirit's saying if you've been in a quiet place, it's about to not be so quiet, but it's in a positive way, okay? It's in a positive way. So no freaking out, no nothing like that. Page of Wands, it's like a student energy, okay? So you're about to, what I heard is get excited about it. Like you're about to get excited about something. Get excited about it. Spirit's like you're about to be hella pumped. So, like, let's go. Hell yes, 8 of Wands. That's what I'm saying. 8 of Wands. You got that fast-moving energy. That's what I said. Like, Spirit's like, hey, I'm making moves. Like, I'm coming. Like, make room for me because I'm coming. I'm on my way. Like, that's what I feel like. It's like, look, the Tower card, too. You got change on your way. Ignore my cat losing it in the background. You got change coming in fast. Okay? The only thing is that sometimes with the Tower card, it can talk about, it can talk about you guys having to do something that might feel unpleasant, okay? It might feel unpleasant. It might feel very uncertain. It might feel very like you're like, oh, like I don't want to do that. Like, I really don't want to do it. That's what I feel like. I feel like I almost want to cry and like whine about it. I feel like I really don't want to do it. Like, isn't there another way? Do I have to do it? And then here with the Fool in reverse too, exactly that. It's like, oh, I really don't want to. Spirit's like, you gotta just jump with it. Just go. Just jump with it. Just go. You're good. And you're like, no. I don't know if I can do that. Like, I'm getting this feeling of like you trying to, dip your toe in the water, or like trying to like feel the water before you get in, and Spirit's like, you gotta just jump in, and you're like, You're gonna be very apprehensive when this change comes. I just heard when this change comes a knocking, okay? When this change comes a knocking, you guys are not gonna be thrilled. That is literally my cat in a paper bag in the background. But the thing is that what I'm hearing is like, just do it. Just do it. It's not as scary as it looks. And that's why I feel like Spirit's saying is like, or whoever, like your loved one or something is like, hey, I wanted to be the one to tell you this, but I can't because I'm not there with you. But like, let me do second best thing, okay? So if you're seeing this, I'm manifesting that only the right people are finding this. You'll know. If this is your story, you're going to know. You're going to know, okay? All right. What do we got? 5 of Pentacles. You guys have been dealing with a hard time probably financially, or even in a sense of security or stability as well. I feel like very specifically this has to do with like a finance situation or even like a home situation. Yeah, you've been out here really worried about finances right now. Really, really worried about finances. Okay, you guys are struggling. It's like you have the King of Wands here in reverse too, and I feel like, and 4 of Wands. What I feel like is going on here is almost like you could have fire in your chart, Aries, Leo, Sag too. More prominently, Aries is what I'm feeling, but this energy to me, like the 4 of Wands is about marriage, right? It's marrying 2 things together. And so I feel like what you're doing is trying to match your outside with your inside. So your external to your internal, as within, so without. Like I feel like you're trying to do that, and there's an issue. There's some sort of problem. There's some sort of problem with that. That's really like you're unable to do it and it's stressing you out, but the problem isn't you. Oh, the problem isn't you. It's not you. You have this giant blockage of energy in your solar plexus, in your stomach. And very specifically, I'm hearing that if you guys have stomach problems to the point where like you eat food and then it just sits and it like doesn't digest, it just feels like it sits like a brick in your system, that's what this is. It's because this energy is literally sitting in your stomach. And it's almost like it's creating this barrier, so you can't digest food. And digestion does not go as far as food, it surpasses that. The digestion that I'm talking about is the ability to also digest information too. The way that you're taking in information, the way that you're taking in energy around you, the way that you are digesting your surroundings, right? The way that you're like absorbing information, like your appetite, right? Like I feel like this is more so that as within, so without. So if you're unable to digest certain foods, or you feel like you have a hard time digesting food or metabolizing food in general, this also, what they're saying, speaks directly to your ability to digest certain energies and information. And I think it's because of the fact that you have some things that have happened, past experiences, not past life, but experiences in this lifetime, in the past, when you were younger, somewhere around 15, that's coming through real strong, 15. And for some of you, October could be really important too. I'm also hearing like October 2015. Wow, Spirit, really? It's like a hot minute ago. Yeah, October 2015 also could be important, but the age 15 is important. And then October separately, as I said, could also be just by itself without the day or without the year. October, the month of October. You guys had dealt with something, whether when you were 15 or in 2015, and this isn't the only time, but this is one of the more prominent times that you experienced something and dealt with something. The cat going crazy is confirmation, I guess, that it's like it created what feels like this cinder block, like in your stomach. Like it's the most prominent thing that I feel like really solidified that block in your solar plexus. And so it's made it difficult for you to like marry these 2 aspects of yourself together to create that harmony between what is within and what is without. Your solar plexus is like very much, that's where 99% of the time clients for me have an issue with inner child healing and things that have happened in their childhood that have created false narratives, or like there's outdated belief systems and things like that. Like, oh, Jesus, the cats are going nuts while I'm doing this reading. It's just like, it's inner child healing to some extent, but it's affected primarily your mind. It's affected your mind. So this is like, I'm talking about inner child healing, and the cats are just losing it in the background, chasing each other. I feel like this needs a longer video, but there is a large blockage in your solar plexus that needs to be cleared. Just is what it is. It needs to be removed, and I think it's going to come off in layers, okay? I am going to make, I think, a longer video about this on YouTube, so definitely check back soon. The link in my bio, there should be a link to my YouTube. I'm gonna dive into this.